Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself. I'm making my first stew of the season, my slow cooked stew. It's December, guys, so I'm making a red wine and stew. Just red wine. It's just red wine, mate.
I had some
red wine
the
potatoes.
other day, but I didn't have a corkscrew thingy.
Did you smash the bottle?
I googled how to open a wine bottle without a corkscrew.
We did the same thing,
and I ended up just like grabbing the bottle and just getting my lighter. And I was there for about 5 minutes. I thought, this isn't working.
What does the lighter do?
Because I don't know, like you heat it up and it'll like I don't know, do something. I think someone
did it do something?
It did nothing. I just wasted 5 minutes and a lot of gas.
Yeah, mate. Well, that teaches you for smoking, trying to be that social smoker.
I wasn't even smoking.
Social smoker.
Trying
Jesus
to drink,
mate.
I just wanted to drink.
You text me saying, sorry I didn't reply. I drank 20 shots of vodka and I woke up and I feel fine. I was like, great.
I felt great.
I think I'm dead, but that's okay. I feel nothing anymore. Fantastic. Woohoo! Yeah, I get you. So, hello everyone and welcome to Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. It's episode 30. It's also our first episode of the December season. Holy crap. Merry Christmas soon. That accursed holiday, that corporate holiday, commercialised holiday.
Hey.
Hate it.
Don't badmouth Jesus.
I'll badmouth him all I want. I hate him. His dad's a dickhead. Chris. Okay, I'm looking forward to Christ's birthday. Nothing else. All right, I'll say happy birthday for him. Nothing else. No, I've got my advent calendar. I've got to be
big up Jesus.
Festive. Big up the boy Jesus H. Christ. J. Jizzy Christ in the house. Yeah.
Jizzy Christ.
Jizzy Christ in the house.
What? Yeah. I thought you were doing like
yeah. Jizzy Christ in the house. Just if anybody is, no one's watching the webcam, but I've just done the sign of the cross at the same time. Well, imagining myself on a cross. This is deep, getting very sacrilegious. Yeah, sacrilegious straight away. But at the same time, I am christened, so I'm allowed to do it. So, yeah.
I'm sure that's how it works.
When I was christened at like 12 years old, I was christened very late in my life, believe it or not.
Mm.
And believe it or not, and basically what happened was I was christened. I was taken around a room and introduced to all these people I've never met and haven't met again since. And and that was it. And then at the end, he was like, "But yeah."
Oh no, that's baptism, isn't it? Where you push or hold them back in the water.
Yeah, that's christening.
Oh really?
That's christening, baptism. Yeah. Well,
imagine it's just like no one told you what was going to happen. You're just like standing. You know.
Is this what God does? Yeah, so I walked about, introduced all these people, and at the end he was like, by the way, if you ever want to, call Jesus, Jizzy Christ, and do the pose of Christ,
I give you the card.
You're allowed to do it. So, yeah. It's bad, really, because I'm not religious at all, really. Yeah, I'm christened. What do you do? I'm a traitor. I'm a traitor to my own people.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case, the rapture does happen. I'm like, hey, guess what? Turns out I'm going. Bye!
You're just ascending with your fingers up like...
Yeah. Woohoo! Screw you guys! But yeah, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. I'm strangely okay, considering the events of last night.
You got your work done? Got your work done, boy?
I did get an assignment done, yes. I have 2 more to do.
Well done.
One of them is half done, and the other is about a quarter done.
Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Proud of you.
There was the Spotify Wrap today as well.
I got my Spotify Wrap today.
And my most listened to podcast was obviously
Joe Rogan.
Griefcast.
Joe Rogan. Unfortunately, it was not Joe Rogan. It was this. Thought I'd just drop that in.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. My my most listened to podcast wasn't this because I edit it. I'm not going to listen to it as well. You guys have to listen to it. Well, he doesn't, and Lewis Carr doesn't. But Adam, I appreciate you listening.
I've already heard it once, you see.
This nonsense again. You haven't even heard the sound effects I put in occasionally.
No.
You haven't heard the jingles I put in occasionally. You don't know anything, Lewis Carr. Yeah, my top podcast was Last Podcast on the Left, even though it said I listened to 38 episodes of it this year, but I was like, yeah, it probably makes sense. So well done to the Last Podcast boys. Getting all my time in. But yeah, so today, episode 30. Episode 30. I'm going to begin by asking you a question, Adam.
Okay.
So many years ago, I sent you some voice acting of mine that involved soldiers shouting. Do you still dislike it? Because you didn't like it. You said you hate the sounds of soldiers shouting.
Was it like the American one?
It was a World War one. English soldier, World War One.
111.
W1.
I don't really remember, to be honest, James.
Yeah, you weren't happy.
Oh, was I not?
You were not happy
this
at all.
This is fucking shit, James.
Nah, you just said you really dislike army shouting. Maybe you were just saying that.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I think I remember.
It was like my first foray. Yeah. Do you still dislike it?
I mean, if I gave it a second listen now, maybe my opinion would change.
So, like, everybody down! Anything like that. Is that,
Yeah.
Does that bother you?
It does send a little bit of cringe.
Why?
It's just, yeah. I don't know.
One.
More is incoming! There you go.
Oh, it's,
Is that a British soldier?
No, that was American.
Can I have a British
Judo.
one?
More is incoming! Is that better?
Can I have a Russian one?
Mortars incoming!
Mortars.
Mortars incoming!
Very good.
Thank you. My throat is now destroyed for the rest of the episode. So, the reason why I ask about military shouting is because today we're heading into the suck, fellas. The Hurt Locker, the Black Hawk Down, the Saving Private Ryan, the Band of Brothers. We're heading into, a military situation. We've all, for this episode today, passed basic training, and we're now ready to deep dive into a highly classified, until now, operation. Mission. Grab your weapon, get your ass in gear, because we're Oscar Mike, Adam. We're Oscar Mike! Today, we're going to be looking at the Kandahar Giant.
The Kandahar Giant.
So, Adam, to that now, just to quickly go back on what we spoke about, you dislike high-pitched crying and military barked orders.
Yes, they are two of my most hated sounds.
Interesting.
Oh. Oh.
Everybody down! What about a child crying and yelling military
what
orders?
What about a mortar?
Everybody down!
I think I would prefer that. I think I would prefer that.
Does that work? Okay.
Just for the meme.
Interesting mix. For the meme?
Hmm?
The hell are you talking about? Seriously. What's happened to you?
Just for the meme. Just a little kid crying in war, telling everyone to get down.
Is that a meme? It just
I think it is. I think to describe it as anything else would be a fallacy.
Interesting. Okay. Fine, Adam. Fine. It's all right, though. So I'm going to navigate this episode very well today because I've been playing Battlefield lately. The video game Battlefield, I've got that CG video game military training, so no problem. I'll get us to the objective, fellas. No problemo. Unfortunately, though, Lewis died in a past life, getting blown up repeatedly. So, shocking.
And Adam was like a shooter, was I? I was a radio.
No, you're a radio man. You got blown up repeatedly, and Adam was like some dandy, just like banging about. Nothing really changes.
Dandy?
But yeah, he's a dandy banger. And I apparently possibly started a cult, potentially, depending on how you view it. So, hey. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do with this podcast, trying to start a cult. There we go. We're here to discuss a strange tale that went down in 2002, fairly recent, during the war in Afghanistan. I say fairly recent, 19 years ago. Jesus Christ. So first things first, location. Kandahar is the second largest city in Afghanistan, located in the country's southern region. This particular story first surfaced in the summer of 2016, when an anonymous figure called Mr. K emerged online with the details of the story and a video interview. He claimed to be a member of the US Special Forces, more specifically, the Green Berets, or Berets, however you want to pronounce that word. He began by stating that any squad in the military will call their headquarters whenever they come into contact with any form of enemy. We got tangos! You know, that kind of stuff. So was that too much for you, Adam?
No, I was just thinking about the drink tango.
Yeah. We got apple tangos on the rear! Yeah. So everyone is aware, so they obviously call it in to let everyone know that it's happening, and they had the possibility of receiving support, backup to the squad, which makes sense. I mean, you know, it makes sense, the line of communication. But I'm not a military man, so if anybody who is listening is military or knows military stuff, do let us know in our email if I've got anything wrong, which is marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. Got it in early.
Nice little plug. People just having a bunch of tangos in Afghanistan. It seems like a chill time, to be honest.
It's good war, mate. Good war.
Good fucking cracking war. I fucking love war. One tango in the other.
Yeah. Shoot in the air. Yeah. I love this job. So first things first, the story begins with your kind of like military movie prologue, all seen through a helmet cam. So imagine you're viewing this scenario now, this section, through a helmet cam. A squad is moving through darkness in unknown territory, behind enemy lines. These guys aren't pushovers, but something is off. They can't gather much from their surroundings. All we see is the glare of the night vision, amongst what appears to be a pale-coloured rock chasm. The sound of rocks moving beneath their feet on every step they take, an atmosphere of anticipation among them. But before this squad can prep themselves for what will be yet another skirmish to add to the countless ones they've had already, suddenly, one of the soldiers directs the squad to open fire at something above them. And before we get to see what it is, we hear a bassy noise and the camera cuts off completely. But what happened to this squad? I mean, it's quite obvious. It's in the title, but yeah.
What's the bassy noise?
Like a...
Oh. Like...
What's the
big
title?
banger was going to come on. Sam Sadler will come on. Spins and he goes.
It's actually just they come across some, like a legal rave in the middle of Afghanistan. It's the best place to do it, isn't it? Really. So apparently this squad didn't get a chance to call in their situation before quote unquote going dark, also known as communication termination. They were immediately flagged as missing, and soon enough, the squad's commanding officer was like, "Get our boys back!" And then an elite squad of Green Berets were sent into the same area to figure out just what happened. There's your prologue.
Wow.
Mystery. Even though you know what the episode's called. Mystery.
Forgot the title of the episode, so it's still a mystery to me.
Good. Just keep it that way.
I've already forgot the title.
Oh. How do you think you'd do in the army, Lewis?
Poorly.
Yeah, I reckon he'd do all right, you know.
Yeah, you hang out with firemen. That's like one step towards the army, so...
Yeah, I think I'd just pot shot from the back. Yeah, go get 'em, boys, yeah.
Go get 'em, boys, come on. Get 'em, boys. Take a shot from me. I'll cover the rear.
What about you, Adam? How do you think you'd do?
I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I'd just shit myself, probably. I'd be all up for
Private
it.
Dally, have you shut yourself again?
I'd be all up for it, and then as soon as like shit hit the fan, I'd just crumble, start crying.
Game over, man. Game over.
Man.
Yeah, but that's what the training's for, man. It's to get you into the awareness, and then once you leave, you've got the PTSD to deal with.
Take away a little something from your experience.
I brought a bit of the war home with me, babe. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I do very well. Like, I know because you've got to be a certain level of fitness when you join, and like when I do exercises, they're like, do 10 push-ups. I'm like,
I wouldn't be able to take it seriously. Like, I'd just be laughing all the time. Like everyone just in a line, straight face. Nah. I would be just giggling.
Yeah. When they shout in your face, you'd be like, "You got something funny on your mind, Private Dally."
Something funny, Private Dally. I
You
would
end up
burst.
getting
I
like
would fucking burst
the
out laughing.
nickname. You get the nickname Giggler or something like that.
Giggles.
Or Giggles, yeah. Giggles! What in tarnation is that on your shoe? Back on track, the Green Beret squad was deployed in the daytime. No need for fancy goggles this time. Just 20/20 vision and trigger discipline. Pop, pop, pop. The squad's last known location was the start of a narrow goat path that slowly trailed up into the Kandahar Mountains. With no clues but a location blip, they began their ascent up into the Pale Stone Mountains. There are 638 named mountains in Kandahar alone, and Mr. K gave no specific direction to which one it was. After looking into it, one that stood out to me personally was Chilzina, because there's like steps carved into it, like into the side of the mountain. Looks really cool. But it's actually only 40 steps, which isn't all that impressive. I mean,
That doesn't sound like a mountain, does it?
Just some stairs, mate. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. You should look up Chilzina. You'll see what I mean. But maybe it's the perfect way to lure someone into a giant's lair. You know. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go up there. Dead.
And then
Dead.
Just
Dead as a doornail. Just dead. What are you gonna do? Just dead. Just dead, mate. So the squad traversed the mountainous region for 2 days until they reached a chasm path that narrowed itself before turning into a steep climb. The path was littered with what looked like smashed stone, almost like there was a landslide in a narrow space. However, it wasn't a difficult task to get past, so the squad got to work. Imagine just a bunch of sweaty military men in vests lifting up stones.
Oh. Sorry, what?
So soft and tender. As they pulled the large chunks of dusty stones away, they could see objects beneath the clutter and dust. Finding the first clue since they began their journey into the mountains, it was fragments of a military radio scattered around the chasm. As they looked further, there were also shell casings from fired guns, some flattened weapon magazines, and twisted guns themselves, like a large force had impacted and squashed them into the ground. Like a bass drop. So they found these stones, they looked under it, and there was all smashed up military equipment, smashed up guns, spent shell casings, radios.
No bodies, though.
Not yet. Have you ever fired a gun? Have you ever fired a gun, Adam?
No, I've never fired a gun. Never fired a gat. That's the cool-kid term.
A gat.
A gat.
Yes.
A gat. Okay. Lewis has fired a gun many times.
Has he?
At me once. Yeah, he just come up to my door and opened it, and there he was.
Started firing off rounds.
Just fired off rounds. There's still bullet holes in my old flat's wall from when he come by. And I seem to remember him saying, "Next time, it's going in your ass," and then he walked off.
Don't ever be late for... I don't know what the fuck you play, but... Don't ever be late for Battlefield again.
Don't be late for Splitgate, mate. Yeah. So they found all these fragments around the chasm. The squad, now fully aware that an ambush was likely, and that something well and truly bad had happened to the previous squad, were now fully alert, ready, focused, ready to go. Rifles held high, analysing every angle as they climbed the steep way out of this path of nightmares. As they moved, pieces of blood-stained clothing and other effects were scattered about the place. So yeah, found guns, move further up, then they start finding bits of clothing, blood-stained. The chances of the first squad's survival was dropping by the second.
And if they were alive, they'd be naked.
Just the way I want them.
Which is a bonus for me, boys.
Yeah, man. You know, you've been in the war a long time. You're probably looking for some sweet,
some sweet clapping action.
Some clapping cheeks in the Afghanistani desert. Quite romantic, to be fair. Aside from the insurgents, it'd probably be quite a nice time. You know?
Lewis with a rather provocative hand gesture there.
As they climbed their way out of this chasm of just crushed stuff and blood and dust, they come out to an open, large, dusty plateau. A lot of dust in these mountains, by the way. I mentioned the word dust a lot. So this plateau, it's spread out wide into a beautiful view of the areas and the range of the mountains that they'd just been climbing up. So you climb, you turn around and go, would you look at that? But obviously at this point, their mood's a bit more set on finding the previous squad. No time to enjoy enjoy the views. So when they reached the top of the chasm to the plateau, they realized that in the area there was plenty of like vantage points looking down into the chasm which they'd just come through. So maybe something was watching them. Or not. But there was no time to take in views, however, as more disturbing discoveries were to be made. The fragments of clothing and equipment were less frequent. Instead, they were finding human bones, and not old bones either. Pieces of flesh still attached, likely turned to jerky in the desert sun. Give me a nibble.
I fucking love human remains.
I love human meat. Hey, if it's hufu, I'll try it. You know.
What? Yeah. What is hufu?
Remember the human meat alternative? Hufu? He doesn't remember anything. He doesn't.
If it's from a past episode, he just does not give a fuck.
Nothing goes in. Nothing goes into that vacuum sack of a brain.
This is the first episode, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
In the center of the plateau, built into the mountainside, was a series of 10 or 11 various large cave mouths leading into the depths of the peak. A cool and inviting breeze drifted out of the nearest opening, and the squad knew that if they were to find anybody alive, it would be likely inside that dark, foreboding cave. Because, of course. You fellas are in the situation, yeah? No idea what's coming. You found the previous squad's effects and their bones. What's your thought process? What is your thought process?
I would simultaneously want to get the fuck out of there, but also I'd want to see what happened. I want to see what's caused such mayhem.
Yeah, similar. I think I'd be shouting, "Hey up! Where are you? Whose bones are these?
Well, consider these your legs."
Anyone left some bones?
Oi, lads, I found some bones.
Oh, nice one. Some guy, like legless guy, crawls up. Oh, actually, yeah, I was looking for them.
Oh,
sorry, mate.
I left here yesterday, mate. We were playing volleyball in the mountains. Oh, fucking broke my tibia.
Oh, sorry, I got lost and I got hungry, so I ate my legs.
I burned them in the crisp sun.
Jerky's nice, especially when it's off the toe. Yeah. So, with no other place to go, they decided, let's go inside the cave. Because what's the worst that could happen?
Mouth of a cave?
They die.
Ever bad has happened from going in a cave.
Well, as they entered the cave, they realised there was a tiny circular path to the other side of the room, with a massive open drop in the centre of it, leading to a network of other caves deep inside the mountain. In the darkness, they could hear the telltale sound of bones under their boots. Whatever resided in this mountain, this was its feeding ground. So at this point, the tension was building, reaching fever pitch. And this wasn't looking like your usual gunfight with a stealthy enemy. In the darkness of the cave, with just the sunlight from the outside illuminating the entrance, the squad decided to retreat outside to call for backup.
Do they not have torches?
Not in my telling of the story. No, I mean, probably had torches as well.
None of you cunts got a torch. Fucking hell, lads, it's a bit dark in here. Let's go back outside. Is that boat?
Who said that?
Oh, there's a ghost in this cave.
Oh, it's Giggles. Wow, alright, Giggles, let's go.
Also, if there was a drop in the middle of the room, in this version of the story, they only realised that because you just heard, I wonder where we go. Oh! Alright, lads. Alright, lads.
I'm fine, lads.
Fine. So as the squad made their way to the mouth of the cave, the way out of the cave, should I say, they heard yet another bassy shuffle from behind them. Something like that, probably. So the team spun around, guns raised, scanning the darkness for any human shape scuttling around. Staring intently, one member noticed two circular lights at the back of the cave. Before he had a chance to even approach or investigate what it was, this soldier was hit and impaled by an impossibly large spear, impaling him and sending him flying out onto the sun-bleached plateau in a shower of dust and blood.
So out the cave and down the mountain with this javelin in him.
Not down the
Javelin.
mountain.
Spear.
Spear javelin, yeah.
How can it be impossibly large as well?
Yeah.
Impossibly large for a human. For a human.
For a human, okay. A paradox is
that-
coming at me! Oh!
No, I don't think Lewis, he went, ah, and kept them flying down the back. Not a cruel Coppinger cannonball style. It was more, it hit him and he went, oh!
Oh, so it was near the entrance to the door then.
So
It wasn't
he got
like
hit.
the trajectory of the spear didn't change. Just threw him and carried it with him.
Sliced everyone.
So he got through, hit him, sent him flying a distance, and then he rolled back out to the outside onto the flat, open area. And he was like, oh, ow.
Oh,
Ow!
No.
If it was impossibly large, I think it'd have controlled it.
The guy was dead, man.
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
was dead. He's
Lads, they
dead.
got me. They got me.
Do the noise
Oh.
when it hit him.
What noise? What, the sound of the spear or the sound
all
of the
of
guy?
it, the whole thing.
Jesus Christ, alright. So it'd be like... sound of him going for the dust.
Ouch.
Ouchie.
Ouch, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, it would be more like... Phew. And then there you go.
Why does he sound like, I don't know, like a German or something? Oh, no!
Oh no!
Oh, no, I've been stopped. Oh, I can't do it. I'm sorry, everyone.
This spear is impossibly large! By impossibly large, I mean, impossibly large for a human spear.
Preposterously large.
Suspiciously large. Yeah. So it hit him. He flew out the cave, out the darkness, into the light, blood and dust flying everywhere, and he was dead. Dead on the spot.
DOA.
The squad immediately turned, ran out of the cave into the sun, taking whatever defensive positions they could now out in the open space.
I can imagine a fucking sprinter. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ!
Fucking hell, that's a big spear.
I'd laugh at, instead of taking a defensive position, they just kept on going. They're like, no, I'm getting out of here, mate. The guy's like, help! I'm actually still alive! And I'm like, no, mate, you're on your own.
You're dead, mate.
No, you're on your own, mate.
He's British now.
And also, mate, it's a mixed nation squad, okay? Green Berets now consist of various nationalities in the squad. What's that around your mouth, Lewis?
I
That
think
wire?
He pulls it out every episode.
Oh yeah, why? Is it like your way of saying I'm bored? Is that what it is?
No, it's just on my desk.
I'm bored. Here's my wire.
Where's the giant? I want to see a giant.
So the squad ran out, shitting themselves, got defensive in whatever positions they could. Now there was a blaring silence. The anticipation was yet again building. Each eye focused on the darkness of that entrance to the cave. Suddenly, a loud, guttural roar echoed through the caves and out into the surrounding area, kind of like...
That was quite good.
Something like that. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Lewis. Would you prefer something
I reckon
else?
Lewis can do better.
Yeah, go on, Lewis. Give me your giant roar. That's good. Adam, would you like to go for it as well?
Raw.
Every
I'm
time.
coming to get you, Green Berets.
Yeah, Lewis. One more time. Just one more time. just one more time.
It's very
Pretty good,
phlegmy
to be
raw.
Yeah, it means sick. Kind of a bit.
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking roar off. Yeah, no.
Ugh.
He doesn't
So,
like
yeah.
the sight of blood or impaled food.
Oh, stop! Oh, what have I done? Yeah. All of a sudden, following the roar, bounding out of the cave came a 15-foot humanoid creature. What stood before them was a giant. with red, matted hair and a beard. Impressive physique for that of a cave dweller. Must be all that protein, that soldier protein. Its hairy body was clothed with various animal skins, crudely stitched together. As it charged out of the opening of the cave, it brought with it a smell of decay and death. You could just easily assume this was a very tall, feral man, and for all intents and purposes it was, but the soldiers noticed some details that may have pulled it out of the Homo sapien gene pool. As the creature roared, its mouth wide open, slobber and spit flying out everywhere, they seen it had 2 rows of teeth.
Like shark teeth.
Yeah, but yeah.
Bear rows.
Yeah, they got bare rows of teeth, man. So they noticed it had 2 rows of teeth, so I guess chewing through soldiers would be a bit easier. And aside from this as well, it also had an extra finger and an extra toe on each of its hands and feet. Genetic mutation, maybe, or just... the missing link.
He seems like he's much further along in the gene wars than us regular humans.
Well, you think he's the evolution of human beings? Oh.
Well, you got an extra finger, got an extra toe, got another set of teeth. Well, we just got normal shit.
How many noses has he got?
Yeah, how many noses?
Just the one muzzle, I'm afraid. Ears, just the standard 2.
Eyes, nose.
He's basically human, but with 2 sets of... I feel very intimidated right now. Don't intimidate me! No, okay, he's got 2... he's got 12 fingers, 12 toes, 2 sets of teeth, and 8 dicks. There you go.
Fucking hell. That's too many dicks. Where does he put them?
And that's it.
They're just all like...
And that's it. 8 dicks and that's it.
He has no other limbs.
It's got like just like a sack. Like a sack.
A sack of dicks.
Yeah.
Which one shall I use today?
Nah, that's the thing. Use them all at the same time, so wing's like a microsecond.
So it's like a kind of weird human udder.
Oh, yeah. yeah. A reproductive udder.
Go on, squeeze my dick.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, but going to the toilet would be going to the toilet would be very easy. You just go shh, be messy, but you like shh, that's it, done.
It would be like an industrial machine, that just gets into position. It's like
when you turn your shower on for a second and turn it off, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Big, sexy, red-haired giant come bounding out with all these extra limbs and appendages showing off.
Swinging dicks.
Limbs, yeah, swinging dicks, 8 swinging dicks, and that's it. Perhaps it is. We could argue that it was maybe a giant rogue Scotsman or Irishman or any other nationality that has red-haired.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's quite weird for him to have red hair.
What are you doing outside my cave?
This is my cave.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be unusual for him to have a donkey in Afghanistan as well.
Yeah, donkey. Has he got the voice of Eddie? Has he got the voice of Eddie Murphy as well?
Who would voice the donkey?
Eddie Murphy.
No. In this scenario, the giant.
Okay, the giant. Well, who voices the giant?
You're in the middle of Afghanistan. You've got a Scottish, potentially Scottish giant. Who'd voice the donkey?
Well, we need to go.
Ali McCoist.
Who's Ali McCoist?
He's like an ex-Rangers footballer.
He's on, who that is?
He used to be on Question of Sport quite a lot.
I don't watch Question of Sport.
Fucking hell. The viewers will know what I'm on about.
Yeah. Get Alan Shearer to do the voice.
He's not fucking Scottish. He needs a Scottish.
Donkey's not Scottish.
That is true.
He's American. Okay, get LeBron James to voice the donkey.
That would be quite good, actually.
Hey, Giant, how's it going? This is a squad of soldiers.
Nah, it'll be Greta Thunberg.
You are destroying everything of this planet. Donald Trump, my nemesis. No, what she is trying to like.
How is he transforming or something?
Yeah. Angry she gets, she be Thunberg, but
just
roll out.
My name Grit.
Gridimus Prime, roll out. The Envirocons are coming to destroy the later. I've lost track of the word.
So we just saw the giant.
So the giant come out and killed a dude, and it showed off.
He's got bare dicks.
He's got loads of dicks, and also really pointed fingernails. And apparently he weighed roughly around 1,100 pounds, whatever that is in weight.
That's like 500 kilograms.
Cool.
That's quite a lot.
Cool. So before the creature could finish its second roar, the training kicked in, and they began to open fire. Now, Lewis, just give us an open fire real quick. Thank you. Now
Fucking hell, that giant's getting messed up.
Now in the transcript that Mr. K released,
Reloading!
he said that... Reloading! I need ammo! So Mr. K said in the transcript that the military have a 2 shots in the chest, 1 shot in the head rule. 1 shot? 1 shot in the head. 1 shot in the head rule.
1 shot in the head, man.
This is known.
Shot him in the head.
This is known as the Mozambique Drill, or failure drill, or even the double tap.
No, why do they have so many names? The double tap, failure, Mozambique.
Okay, it's like universal military.
Doesn't need that many names.
Lingo. I don't think they go, I'm going to perform the Mozambique failure double tap drill on him.
Well, they should.
Oh, okay. Again, any military terms we've got wrong, you correct us. So the squad were here, and they made use of that drill. And guess what? The giant was like, 2 shots to the chest and 1 in the head. Do you think I'm some sort of level 1 bitch? That's what he actually said. I've got a transcript here.
I'm sorry, but a gun.
What level were they that they were shooting?
He'd just die. He would just die.
Level 12. What do you weren't there, Adam. What do you mean just die?
He'd just
a big,
die.
thick guy.
Yeah, you would.
Nah.
What, he'd just die?
What kind of bullets were they using?
Well, that's the thing. They began emptying their clips into this massive beast, whilst also dodging its swinging attacks. And then the giant, riddled with holes and soaked in its own blood, began to falter. Its grunts grew quieter, and its swings less erratic. And eventually, it stumbled forward, still grabbing at the soldiers, until it fell, face first, to the floor. The soldiers couldn't believe what they'd just experienced. Wow, is it true werewolves are scared of funky music? Of course not. Wait, what? It took 5 men, with continuous automatic gunfire, 30 seconds to bring the giant down. Lewis, they were using M4 assault carbine rifles, which, we know is a fairly standard assault rifle, but also a member of the squad also had a 50 cal sniper rifle, apparently. Now, 50 cals, if you don't know, they basically delete you from existence.
Big bullets.
Big bullets, and they're not the biggest of bullets either. Like, you get hit by a 50 cal, you're probably not coming back from it. It just wipes you out. So this giant was taking M4s and 50 cals at the same time. Tough guy.
A non-stop pop of stainless steel.
It literally was. It was all about that non-stop pop of stainless steel. So Lewis, okay, quickly, you're in this situation. It's heated, it's shouting, everything's loud. And, your final call is, give it the non-stop pop of stainless steel. How would you do that in a military situation? How would you say that?
Fucking kill him, kill him.
On my go! Give him the non-stop pop of stainless steel! Go!
The lip smacks.
Getting Bunny Man flashbacks again. War-torn Virginia.
Who would win in a fight, the Bunny Man or the Scottish Giant?
Well, one's a giant, one's a guy in a bunny suit.
The Bunny Man.
So the Bunny Man, yeah. Exactly. No questions asked. So once the giant was dead and the non-stop pop of stainless steel had subsided, they immediately called this into their HQ, and the command wanted the squad to return to base immediately. Them and the corpse. Quickly, 2 helicopters appeared on the scene. The squad were then tasked with securing the giant's body for transport. They wrapped it in that form of like netted tarp, a dangle that you have in the back of like a military transport. So he wrapped up in that. A net tarp, whatever. And it was dangled from the bottom of the helicopter for all the world to see. For all the insurgents in the mountains to see. You know, they were like, oh, look, dead giant.
Oh, it's a giant.
No, it's a giant. I've seen it before. With it secured, the soldiers returned to base and were ordered to fill a detailed after-action report. After filing them, they were told to fill in another after-action report, ensuring certain details were redacted or ignored.
This job's all paperwork.
Kill one giant, it's just 2 weeks of writing shit down.
Hell. You had to go upset a giant, didn't you? Now look us.
That's not my objective. So yeah, they redacted a bunch of stuff out of the next after-action report, and the giant's corpse was then loaded onto an aircraft that carries tanks and was flown to an undisclosed location. Aside from filling in these extra reports, they were also made to sign various non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, what have you, stating
why did they redact it?
Remove the details of where the giant was seen, details of the giant, and any details about it. Yeah, basically. So it would have just read as like, oh, it
was a government experiment.
Call of Duty Black Ops, Kandahar Giant.
Failed.
Fish and mail, boys. We'll get them next time. We'll get them next time, guys. We'll get them next time. The mission overall was said to be highly classified and to be mentioned to nobody, which is just typical.
How can we know about it?
Well, it turns out that this Mr. K was actually a member of the Green Berets, Mr. K being the guy who released the story, as far as we know.
Mr. Kellogg's.
But Mr. Kellogg's.
Mr.
Kellogg's, indeed. The Kellogg Giant. Ho, 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 Kellogg's. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the story. They actually harvested the giant's body to find the original recipe. The new recipe. The new improved recipe for Kellogg's cornflakes.
No one must know.
No, nobody can know what we found up there. This will change cereal forever.
Mr. Kellogg's. We're going to have to take this away.
So Mr. K was a member of the Green Berets, but the actual story was broken by a member of the Navy SEALs who Mr. K told all the details of the story to. I mean, how does he hide his identity if people knew he was the one it came from originally anyway? Oh, it was him over there. It was Mr. K, Mr. Kellogg. He was the one who told me. Oh no, that wasn't me.
No, it was Mr. J. You get him mixed it.
They do sound quite similar.
Mr. Jello. Oh yeah, Mr. Jello's always chatting shit about giants. Yeah, go speak to him.
Oh, not this giant shit again.
Every week with this Kandahar Giant. Every week.
Shut up about giants. Green giant. Oh my god, the Green Berets and a giant. Green giant.
Conspiracy!
I just want some fucking sweet corn.
Is that what the giant says when he appears? pulls the roof off your house.
Make me some fucking sweet corn.
Okay, Mr. Giant.
Oh my god! Just on the fucking in the pen like
Yum ho ho ho.
Fade to black.
Yeah. So the reason why this information was released was to honour the life of the soldier who was killed by the giant, and that people deserved to know what had happened.
By the spear.
So the javelin man, the impossibly speared javelin man, it was released because of him, because people felt he deserved to get some justice. He was killed by a giant. An impossibly large spear killed him. The case is classed as a hoax by the US Department of Defense, citing they had no such record.
Oh, that load of shit. Oh, he's chatting shit.
Imagine
in the official report, they said, he's off his noggin, mate. Giants?
Yeah,
spears? Nah.
What? What do you have to say about the rumors of a giant in the Kandahar Mountains? It's bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit.
That's a load of bollocks. Giants don't exist, and that's the end of it. Sorry.
There's never been a giant on Afghanistani soil since ever. Yeah. So yeah, the U.S. Department of Defense were like, it's a hoax, citing they had no such record of an event involving a giant or one being killed by special forces. The soldier who was allegedly impaled went by the name of Dan, but apparently the only person with the name Dan who died in Kandahar that year was killed in a bomb blast along with 3 others. So now you can be like, either it was covered up, nobody died there, or it's bullshit. But you know,
of course,
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. So yeah.
Shrimp bins.
Alabama. Yeah. So some researchers claim that this was yet another US government cover-up. Several unverified accounts have emerged, including 2 of the Special Forces squads, saying the encounter with the giant was an open secret amongst US Army personnel. Imagine, like, your first day on boot camp. By the way, giants are real.
Listen here, boys. Giants are real. Sounds like a demented Joe Biden rant.
I just want to say, everyone, giants are real.
I had to say that my wonderful presidential partner, the Kandahar Giant, has told me to tell you all that giants are real.
And they do have 8 dicks.
And they have 8 dicks, and he likes to pull the hairs out of my legs. Pulling the hairs out of my legs. Yeah.
We're at a cancer charity event. Joe, can you shut the fuck up?
So that overall is the tale of the Kandahar Giant. May it rest in peace. But now we need to look into just what the creature could have been. It's not like giants are roaming all over the place. I mean, apart from Lewis, of course, who's like 20 feet tall. No, he's not. How tall are you, Lewis? 6'3"?
6'1", I think.
Oh.
You hear that, ladies?
You know what they say about tall men? Hey, there's nothing. They say nothing.
Tall legs and torso.
So overall, before we jump into what it could be, what's your thoughts on the tale overall? Tell us your feelings.
Was he Al Qaeda?
Yeah. What was his religious preferences?
Was he a baby?
Al Qaeda?
Yeah.
Bogey in the cave.
Smoking a bogey out of the cave.
Yeah. I think that. No, he wasn't a member of Al Qaeda. I kill both sides. I'm the good guys.
Why did they hide him? I don't understand that.
The world isn't ready to meet giants.
Giants plural. Yet we've only seen one.
That we know of. There's a lot of caves down there, man.
What fucking caves? Do you reckon they go around each other's cave houses and have, like, I don't know, rotten, diseased humans?
Yeah.
Oh, Bill, what's on the menu for tonight? I think we got some soldiers. Oh, I fucking love soldiers.
Not try one of them before. We got any of them goat herders in there. Can we cook it?
These are fresh nags.
We've heard the tale, but comparing the description of the giant to folklore and history, there are some similarities in certain cultures. So let's get biblical. Let's get godlike. Let's get Jizzy Christ in the house.
Jizzy Christ.
So, in the Hebrew Bible, there is a race of beings with extreme height and strength called the Nephilim.
Oh.
That's Nephilim. Now, the Hebrew term of Nephilim translates to giants or the fallen ones. These beings are interpreted to be angels who have fallen to earth, or the offspring of human-angel relations. Ooh. Imagine giving birth to a giant. You're a lady. You've had
you ain't recovering from that.
Sweet night of loving with an angel, and then you give birth to a giant Scotsman.
It's my son. Pointing at the lady.
What does a giant baby
I
sound
want to go back in.
What did you say, Lewis?
What does a giant baby sound like?
Whoa.
I feel like half this episode is just you two making fucking noises.
How about you write an episode? I'm trying to pad out the length, mate. All right.
Just another 10 seconds.
One more time. One theory is that they were half angel, half human Nephilim. You can also make connections to Goliath of David and Goliath fame, who was also a Philistine giant. Philistines being a set of peoples who lived around what is now known as Palestine. Now, I'm not a historian, so it's a very brief description.
Yeah, clearly
not. Yeah, and going even further into it, we can draw parallels from American giants. You're mean you are, mate. How about you do some of your university degree working on actually help towards the episode for once?
That was very sassy, James.
Sorry.
I didn't see you giving Lewis any shit.
Oh. Every episode I'm like, what, are you stupid? You don't remember anything. I'm Dennis Carter. I don't remember anything. There you go.
It's been a long day, James.
Because you've had a bad day. Yeah, I'm alright, man. Don't worry. Yeah.
I'm fine, just carry on.
Fine.
I don't get it.
Ooh. Now, there is enough on these ancient American giants for their own episodes, so I'll keep it brief, alright? I'll keep it brief. Across the US, there are various burial mounds, particularly in New England. Giant skeletons were unearthed from these mounds, often with 2 rows of teeth and jaws that could fit over the head of a normal-sized human. These skeletons ranged in length from 7 to 10 feet tall. Not 11 like the Kandahar Giant, but maybe they were like, slightly smaller cousins. Now, the tales of these giants go back to Native American origin, and even Honest Abe Lincoln himself mentioned these ancient giants in one of his Niagara Falls speeches, saying, I don't know what Abe Lincoln sounds like. What does he sound like? Those extinct giants whose bones are full of American hills, their eyes are staring at Niagara Falls as we are now. There you go. Bit Bill
like,
Clinton-y.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Abe's being honest, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now, we need to discuss the truth of how this story came to light. This is the final point. And this will change your view towards it, likely, knowing you two.
Okay.
So,
I'm ready.
Let's just discuss the truth of how this story came to light. Introducing 71-year-old Ale Mazzulli, an author, blogger, and filmmaker who is believed to have created or heavily influenced this story. So instantly, when researching into Ale Mazzulli, this guy has a massive obsession with giants. Like, he's written various books, particularly on the trail of the Nephilim, volumes 1 and 2, that are full-colour, oversized volumes which reveal startling evidence of a massive cover-up of what he believes to be the remains of the Nephilim, the giants mentioned in the Bible. He also has other hit books such as UFO Disclosure, The Coming Great Deception, and The Luciferian Endgame, and also The Omega Conspiracy, Satan's Last Assault on God's Kingdom. And both of these are non-fiction, by the way.
Imagine going these are on non-fiction. Like a first date with this guy, and then just open up the question like,
hey,
so what do you do? Wow! Let me tell you.
I'm the hit writer of UFO Disclosure, The Coming Great Deception, and The Luciferian Endgame, and also The Omega Conspiracy, Satan's Last Assault on God's Kingdom. Do you believe in giants?
Yeah. So I went
straight to the counter.
Yeah.
Like,
check, please.
Can you call someone, please?
Yeah. There's a dangerous man at that table. Yeah, so I went onto his YouTube channel. He has 141,000 subscribers. He has a 35-episode series so far called On the Trail of the Nephilim. And it's fantastic. Like, I watched like a bit of it just to see how it is.
There's some nice air shots. Oh my god, that's a big head.
That's the bloke.
Yeah, that's Ale Mazzulli. But wait until he does his advertising at the start, and he's like, come and... Because at the start of every episode, he does like an advertising thing. And then the music just kind of awkwardly cuts out, and then the episode begins. But on the episode I watched, he has a sponsor at the start. He actually has a sponsor, an emergency long food storage company. And he's trying to sell,
If there's a giant outside your house and you can't go to the shop...
Yeah, and he's trying to sell all this survivalist stuff, and he's like, right now you can save yourself 100 buckaroos. So maybe his sponsors, got a point. And in female giants, Adam, because in some things, in some tellings, angels are genderless.
Oh, okay.
But I guess when it comes to the Nephilim, they can't be because obviously they've had to mate with humans. So I'd say they could be lady giants for sure. Lady giants for sure, yeah. Absolutely. So Marzulli allegedly conducted a lengthy interview with a man known only as Mr. D. So we've had Mr. K, now we've got Mr. D. What does Mr. D stand for, Lewis?
Mr. Dick.
Of course, yeah.
Mr. Deltoids.
Mr. Big fucking shoulders.
Mr. Deltoid. Of all the things you could say, I didn't think it'd be that, but fair play. Fair play. So yeah, apparently Marzulli allegedly conducted an interview with Mr. Deltoid. He claims to have been present during the encounter with the Kandahar Giant. So Marzulli also calls Mr. Deltoid the shooter due to his active involvement in the giant's killing and claims to have interviewed him 3 times on the phone and at different times to check for any discrepancies in his story. Having found none, eventually he was convinced that the event was real and decided to meet the military in person. The meeting occurred in an undisclosed location. Coincidentally, on one of his trips to meet with Mr. Deltoid, Marzulli found out that his driver was a former military man who had served in Afghanistan a few years after the event he was investigating, and that he knew all about it, which sounds a bit convenient to me personally. This new witness, named Mr. K, that's who was. Mr. K was the driver. Mr. Kellogg's, sorry. Was also interviewed by Marzulli in the documentary series Watchers X, which I couldn't find, but it's in there if you want to dive into it, and basically described the entire encounter along with the giant's description. Now, Mr. Deltoid stresses how the story of the Giant of Kandahar was something that all the military knew, and told them it was something that really happened. When Mr. Deltoid went back to the US after his service in Afghanistan had ended, he met other military personnel who had served elsewhere. He said that, speaking to them, it added to the rumours about the existence of giants, as they came from the soldiers but also the locals. They talked about cannibal monsters dwelling inside caves, so the soldiers compared those stories to the American Bigfoot. So America's got skunk apes, Bigfoot, Afghanistan has giants who eat people.
Fair play.
The most interesting thing about Mr. Deltoid is the apparent type of training he was given in case of a fight with Taliban insurgents inside a cave. The training included the soldiers having to point their weapons above the head of a standard adult male after firing the first bullet at head level. Now, that's interpreted that they've been trained to basically shoot something higher than a standard person, like they were being subconsciously trained to shoot giants. I think that's reaching a bit.
Did anyone question how dumb that is?
If you see anyone in the cave, just shoot slightly higher than you would a regular person.
Yeah.
Don't ask why.
If you see where the head is, shoot above it.
It's just cave shit, all right?
And the ricochet will bounce off. The ricochet will bounce off the wall and hit them in the back of the head.
Directly into the brain.
Headshot, ricochet.
Vertical style. I mean,
put that on your kill record. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about the training, but when I read it, I was like, but it was worth mentioning. Personally, that L.A. Marzulli, he's obsessed with proving that giants are real and finding them. And, he wants to find the Nephilim, he wants to find Bigfoot. He believes that these giants in particular are responsible for disappearances near cave sites throughout the United States. This tale, overall, could be a massively over-detailed story made up by Marzulli to fuel his agenda of trying to find people to find the Nephilim. Maybe. But it could also be, a big cover-up.
Do you think these people, have hobbies?
Yeah, finding the Nephilim, Adam.
No, I mean, other hobbies. I think that's
finding Bigfoot, Adam.
The sole purpose is to prove the existence of giants. And I also like table tennis.
Table tennis.
Table tennis, ping pong.
Open your ears, yeah. But I guess maybe
it just doesn't seem like something that would happen, would it?
If you get a Nobel Prize, though, maybe if you discover giants, surely you get the Nobel Prize, however you say it.
Nobel.
I got the Nobel Prize for this one.
He did it. The mad bastard did it. He proved that there's giants.
So that was the Kandahar Giant.
Well, what a roller coaster.
Lewis just gives a thumbs up of approval. What did you think of the story?
Yeah, I liked it. I don't know what I'm more inclined to believe, the existence of giants or the existence of ghosts.
One day, we're going to do an episode, and you're going to come away and be like, I believe it.
Real!
I believe it. I believe. Not necessarily all of it, but I believe that story.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should do, like, somehow, I don't know how we could do it, but we should stay in, like, a haunted building for the night and do
you mean like do like a record an episode in the haunted house?
Yeah.
That could be easily done. I remember my dad used to be part of the West Midlands Ghost Club. He's got connections. We can get in some place, mate.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Spooky.
Where would we do it? Yeah, what would we do? Would we go back together or separately, and then just combine?
Together.
We'd all
Share
go
a sleep
What,
bag.
East?
Yeah.
Your warmth gives me warmth, Lewis Carter. So, would you be inclined to believe that this story happened, Lewis, or would you say it's more just it's bullshit? Do you think it was made up by Ale Mazzulli, or do you think it was a genuine?
The thing is, though, like, you don't dedicate your life to something like that without it being real, like without you fully believing that it happened.
Hey, man, it's called the long con. Yeah, if you can make up a story so detailed, you can work on something, and then people start to believe it. Exactly.
You know,
He was trying to sell me gold on his YouTube video.
Yeah.
All right, that question is
I got military survival food, but you got the coins.
Yeah, coins. Yeah.
Today's sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends.
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends. Let's not, okay? How about we go away and never play it? Let's get Ninja involved. Hey guys, I'm in Raid Shadow Legends. Yay! Sorry, Lewis, you were saying.
You know, like with these cave-dwelling beasts, like your dragons and your giants and your goblin. They haven't got much.
Your goblin.
Yeah, you know, famous cave dwellers, goblins. They're not very house proud, are they? They always got messy bones and stuff everywhere.
I was thinking, if you're that giant in that cave and it smelled of death and decay, you'd think, nah, get some Febreze on it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the scent he wanted, though. Maybe decay is his jam.
Nah.
You know?
Nah. It's unnatural.
Because then he'd just go and eat a load of dead folk, wouldn't he?
And would this same giant not enjoy like a chocolate eclair or something?
Oh, you don't get many eclairs up in these.
Yeah, but if he was to taste a chocolate eclair, I think he'd reconsider.
Charging at you with his mouth open.
You could domesticate it.
Chucking an eclair in his mouth. And he's like,
Oh my god.
Take me home. Take me where you got it.
Oh, what is that white stuff? Cream.
Can
I've only seen that from my 8D. Oh no.
How would?
I'm sorry, everyone.
How would you even do that? That'd be a tiring job, servicing all 8 of them at once. You know.
I mean, I don't think there's much home entertainment in the cave.
I think he's a giant, so he could probably put his hands around all 8 of them at the same time.
God.
Lewis is looks like he's playing a xylophone. He's actually just simultaneously playing with 8 imaginary penises.
Penite.
We've never recovered from Cock Lane, have we? We'll never be the same.
Everything seems to be very dick orientated in these episodes.
Yeah. No.
Are you overcompensating, James?
Yes, I wish I had 8 dicks, or at least 8 dicks worth of length. That's what I wish I had. Yeah, that's just wrap it round my leg like a snake.
Wrap it, Ralph.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it.
I'm gonna wrap. Oh, that would be such a good safe sex kind of advertisement.
or I'm going to wrap
it, James. That's my idea.
You heard it here first. I don't think Pixar or Disney would allow you to take one of their intellectual properties and turn it into a sexual awareness ad. They should. They should.
I'm going to wrap it.
I'm going to wrap it.
Yeah. Stay safe, kids. I mean, not kids, but legal adults.
Stay safe, children.
Oh, don't say like that.
But yeah,
safe, children. Children.
Yeah. So that was
E.T. doing the answer.
That would be such a confusing advert.
I'm going to wrap it.
E.T. rap dick.
I'll be right here.
That's my penis, E.T. But yeah,
instead of his finger, it's just his chin.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, at least it got to the end of the episode to truly degenerate.
Yeah.
Good.
We have segued quite a bit.
What were we talking about again? E.T. sticking his dick in people's faces for some reason.
About a giant, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the Kandahar Giant. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in contact with us, you can email us at marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. Want to find us on Instagram and follow us and see all the nightmare stuff we post? It's not a nightmare, it's just general posts. It's at @MMMidlanders or at @MMMidlanders. It's that easy. That easy. So easy to say. Every time.
Easier to follow than it is to say.
Any parting words, gentlemen? Any wisdom you'd like to depart onto our listeners?
Giants exist. They're out there. Don't be fooled.
And they've got 8 dicks.
The pleasure one could receive from 8 linguals. You see. Lewis, any parting words?
No.
Never any parting words. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Episode 30. Thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate it. Have a fantastic first week of December, or second week. Technically second. I don't know. What the hell is going on? And take care of yourselves. And once again, thank you for listening. We're Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. And bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Oh, by the way, we're called James, Adam, and Lewis. I may have forgotten to say that.
You did, you fuck.
Ooh, that's next level, that is. Was it like a hot knife through butter?